Imagine this for a moment. It's the first of the month. You walk to your mailbox like you always do, expecting nothing more than a few flyers and maybe a birthday card. But today, there's a long white envelope with the words Social Security Administration printed in the corner. Your hands start to shake a little before you even open it. You sit down at the kitchen table. You read the first paragraph, and then you read it again because the words don't feel real. The letter says you've been overpaid. It says you owe thousands of dollars back, and it says that very soon, half of your monthly Social Security check will be taken away until the debt is paid in full. Half of your check. The check that pays your rent. The check that covers your groceries. The check that keeps your Medicare Part B premium in good standing. Your heart sinks. You feel embarrassed. You feel angry. You feel scared. And worst of all, you feel alone because you have no idea what to do next or who to trust. If that scenario hit a little too close to home, please don't go anywhere, because what I'm about to share with you in the next few minutes could be the difference between keeping your full benefit and watching it shrink in just 90 days. Hello, my friend. I am June, a Senior Policy Analyst and retirement finance expert. For years, I have helped retirees like you cut through the confusing language of government letters and protect what you've worked your entire life to earn. Today, I'm going to walk you through the exact rule the Social Security Administration uses to take 50% of your monthly check. I'll explain what triggers it, who it applies to, and most importantly, the 3 official forms and the precise time window the government gives you to fight back and protect your money. And please, stay with me until the very end, because there's one quiet mistake that thousands of seniors are making right now, a mistake that turns a fixable problem into a permanent loss. I'll reveal that mistake near the end of this video, and I promise you'll want to hear it before you do anything else. Let me tell you about Robert. Robert is 67 years old. He spent 42 years working at a small parts manufacturer in Ohio. He raised 2 children, paid off his modest house, and finally retired 3 years ago. He's the kind of man who pays his bills on time, keeps every receipt in a shoebox, and trusts the government to do right by him because he did right by them his whole life. Last spring, Robert took a small part-time job at the local hardware store, just a few hours a week. He liked staying busy, and the extra money helped with rising grocery prices. He didn't think much of it. He didn't call Social Security. He didn't update anything online. After all, he was already retired and collecting his benefits. What was the harm? 8 months later, the letter came. Social Security said Robert had been overpaid by more than $4,800 because his part-time earnings, combined with another small income adjustment, changed his benefit calculation. The letter gave him 30 days to repay the full amount. If he didn't, the agency would automatically withhold 50% of every monthly check until the debt was cleared. Robert was stunned. He had no $4,800 sitting in a savings account, and losing half his check meant he couldn't pay his property taxes that quarter. Here's the thing. Robert wasn't a fraud. He wasn't a cheat. He simply didn't know that taking a small part-time job even after retirement can trigger an overpayment notice. And he had no idea that the clock was already ticking the moment that letter was dated. So let me break down exactly what's happening in plain English. The Social Security Administration calls this an overpayment recovery. It's not a fine. It's not a fraud penalty. It is the government's way of getting back money. It believes it paid you by mistake, even when the mistake was entirely their own fault. Here's the core rule, straight from SSA.gov. If you receive an overpayment notice and you don't pay the full amount back within 30 days, the agency will automatically begin withholding 50% of your monthly Social Security retirement, survivor, family, or disability benefit. They will keep withholding that 50% every single month until the entire debt is repaid. For some retirees, that can stretch on for years. Now, this rule didn't always look this way. Back in March of 2024, Social Security capped the withholding at just 10% after public outcry over seniors losing their entire checks. But in March of 2025, the agency reversed course and announced the rate would jump back up to 100% of your benefit. Then, after even more public pressure, the agency settled on a 50% default rate in April of 2025. That is the rule in effect right now for retirement, survivor, family, and SSDI overpayments. The only exception is supplemental security income, or SSI, which is still capped at 10%. And here is the part that catches almost every senior off guard. From the moment that notice is dated, you have 90 days to take action. Not 90 days from when the letter arrives in your mailbox. Not 90 days from when you finally open it. 90 days from the date printed on the letter itself. If you do nothing during those 90 days, the withholding kicks in automatically. No second warning, no phone call, no grace period. Now let me clear up the biggest misunderstandings I hear from seniors every single week. The first misconception is that the 50% reduction is some kind of punishment for cheating. It isn't. The Social Security Office of the Inspector General confirmed in 2024 that improper payments make up less than 1% of all benefits, and the vast majority of those are unintentional. Most overpayments happen because of unreported life changes like a new part-time job, a marriage, a move to a new state, or a change in living arrangements. AARP has even quoted Social Security officials acknowledging that many overpayments are the agency's own fault. The second misconception is that you can simply ignore the letter and hope it goes away. Please, please don't do that. If you ignore the notice, Social Security has the legal power to take your federal tax refund, garnish your wages if you're still working, withhold certain state payments, and even pursue your spouse or family members who collect benefits on your record after you pass away. The third misconception is that the rules are the same for everyone. They are not. SSI is capped at 10%. But retirement, survivor, family, and SSDI benefits face the full 50% withholding. Knowing which category you fall into changes everything. Now let me share the most important part of this video, the official protections you have and the 3 exact actions you must take. The Social Security Administration gives every senior 3 legal rights, and each one will pause the collection if you file within the 90-day window. Step 1. If you believe the overpayment is wrong, or you don't think you were overpaid at all, file Form SSA 561. This is called a request for reconsideration. You can find it on ssa.gov. Filing this form forces the agency to review the decision, and the official Social Security press release from March 2025 clearly states that the agency does not pursue recoveries while an appeal is pending. Step 2. If you agree that you were overpaid, but the mistake was not your fault and paying it back would cause real financial hardship, file Form SSA 632BK. This is called a request for waiver of overpayment recovery. If the waiver is granted, the entire debt is forgiven, not reduced. Forgiven completely. This form exists specifically to protect seniors who cannot afford to repay through no fault of their own. Step 3. If you accept that you owe the money, but 50% of your check would leave you unable to pay rent, buy food, or afford your medications, file Form SSA 634. This is called a request for change in overpayment recovery rate. With this form, you can ask Social Security to lower the monthly withholding to an amount you can actually afford based on your real income and expenses. You can also call Social Security directly at 1-800-772-1213 or visit your local Social Security office in person and ask for help filling out any of these forms. Now, before I let you go, I promise to share the one quiet mistake that I see seniors make over and over again. The mistake that turns a fixable problem into a permanent financial wound. Here it is. The mistake is waiting, just waiting, hoping the letter is a mistake, hoping a family member will call Social Security for them next week, hoping it will sort itself out. That 90-day window is not a suggestion. It is a hard deadline. Once it closes, the withholding begins automatically, and worse, the overpayment determination becomes administratively final. Reversing it after that point is dramatically harder. Many seniors who waited too long ended up paying back money they never actually owed simply because they missed the deadline to dispute it. So if you or someone you love has received one of these notices, please do not wait until next week. Do not wait until after the holidays. Do not wait until you feel ready. Mark today's date on a calendar. Mark the date on your notice. Count forward 90 days and take action well before that deadline arrives. My friend, I want you to hear me clearly. You worked your whole life to earn these benefits. You paid into this system with every paycheck. You have rights, and the Social Security Administration has official forms specifically designed to protect you. But those protections only work if you use them in time. Please don't rely only on YouTube notifications to keep up with these critical changes. Social Security rules are shifting faster than ever, and one missed letter or one missed deadline can cost you thousands of dollars and years of stress. If this video helped you understand this rule even a little better, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe to Retirement Tax and Law Pro so you never miss the updates that matter most for your retirement security. And if you know a friend, a neighbor, or a family member who relies on Social Security, please share this video with them today. It might be the most important thing you do this week. I'm June. Thank you for spending this time with me. Stay informed, stay protected, and I'll see you in the next video.